How tough was that one to go back and watch again?
Well, it was tough, but you got to move on. You got to learn from your mistakes, and we knew coming into this thing that there were going to be some tough times. We just didn't know to what extent, and the kids have responded. They came back to work, and they've improved this week.
Does it matter if just get physically whipped, or were there other factors involved?
No question. When it's like that, they physically whooped us, and it was just like a snowball effect. When I saw it going bad, it just went bad, and we started trying to overcompensate and do this, and really just go back to every individual just doing his job instead of trying to make a play here and this guy, and it just nothing went well, and we didn't respond well to it. I won't say we didn't know how, but we just didn't respond well.
Demetrius McNeil talked about in the secondary he's out there trying to make every play, and is that what you see from the guys up front?
Oh, ain't no doubt. The ball getting out of there, and a guy overcompensates to go make the play, and it hits in his gap, and like I said, it was just one of those deals that we didn't respond well, and it just was bad all around.
Mike, when you guys get physically whipped like that, what's the solution?
Come back and do it again. The thing about it is, Coach Dye used to tell us all the time, when you lay your guts out and it happens like that, the only thing you can do is get up the next morning and do it again. If they're the right kind of guys, which they are, just like me, when you happen like that, you get embarrassed. You realize that you got to come back and you got to fight a little bit harder, and you learn from it, and that's all you can do. That's all you can do. I was telling people that, that offensive line was good and not making excuses, and they were good. And they were good. And they were better than us in some spots, and we didn't play well in some other spots. But like I said, we knew it was going to be some tough times, and our kids have responded.
Did you ever get whipped like that when you were playing? Did you ever get
yes. It happens to the best of us. Maybe only once, but no. But we've had those games. I remember when I was playing, went down to Mississippi, Ole Miss, and it beat us like 52-17. And you just go back to the drawing board. We got talent here, and those kids are responding. Those kids they're the right type of kids. They're embarrassed like we are as coaches, and they'll respond.
How much of a learning experience is it for a guy like Gabe? He's had all that success, and he comes in and has to kind of learn on the run.
You know what? It's going to be good for him. He's going to be able to tell that story about lining up against Georgia his freshman year, and he's going to learn from it. I've seen improvement from him this week. He's usually playful and hard to get him to focus, but not this week. He's been focused the whole time, and like I said, that's going to come with maturity. It's going to come with age. And, you get beat like that, and if you're the right type guy, you don't want it to happen again. You do whatever you got to do to change it. So, like I said, those guys they have responded.
Early in the season, you guys were playing a lot on the rotation up front. You haven't played as many lately. What do you think for the final game?
You can attribute that to guys just injuries. Some of the guys and guys at different positions, and we're not playing as many snaps either. Early in the year we were playing 90 and 95 snaps, and now it's down to 70, and like I said, the weather's changed. Guys are a lot fresher, and you just the good ones are fresh now, and the good ones want to go back in, but I still gotta rotate more than I did. But like I said, that's a variation of many things, just injuries.
Mike, there's been in that game and the LSU game to a lesser extent in a couple other games. You've been in decent shape, some cases ahead, but in this case, right there. And then when things go bad, it seems like it just, once it goes over the edge, it just spirals out of control.
You can attribute that. It can be many factors. It can be. I don't want to play the youth game because we played 10 games, but it can be many factors. Like I said, those guys want to win. Those guys press, and when things start going bad, everybody wants to try to make the play instead of just do what you're supposed to do. And that comes with age. And like I said, lining up with the guys we lining up with, and nobody wanted to admit it, but it was going to be on-the-job training. And the only way you're going to learn from your mistakes is you got to get out there and make them. and they making them. And, we said that at the beginning of the year, and but the course and the path hasn't changed for us. It hasn't. We still on course, and like I said, it was on the job training, and nobody. I hate to admit it, but it's on the job training. The things that they're going through, I wish we didn't have to go through it. But like I said, as long as they're learning from it, I think we'll be fine.
That tackle spot with Gabe and Ken Carter, are they still both kind of, repping
You know what? I tell you what. I'm not sure if Kenny's still gimpy a little bit, and like I said, and Gabe's a fresher guy, and it's still a competition, and I really think that with those two competing like they do, I'm getting great practice out of them, and they're almost 50-50 with the reps in the game. So I'm just waiting for a guy to just solidify and say, hey, it's mine, I'm gonna take it. But right now, those two going back, and they both gonna play. It's just a matter of who starts.